We are live 364 days a year. What are we doing here?
If Dom turns at SummerSlam, I'm shaving my moustache off. I've told you, if that happens, it's going. My lip is cold because of a stupid bet that I made the YouTube.
Oh, good.
Wrestle's better than Daniel Bryan. Bryan Daniels. Better than Okada.
How do you not get 50 after Monday Night Raw?
What is going on, everybody? We are back once again with another edition of Wrestling Republic's daily broadcast. It is Tuesday, May the 27th, the day after Memorial Day. Pretty wild. I'm excited about it. We're going to break down Monday Night Raw. What a weekend we had in professional wrestling. Multiple shows, multitude of shows, depends on, how you say it. I'm excited about it. We're going to break down Raw, though, as pretty much everything else has been broken down thus far at WR. I've got a sweet Tuesday crew with me. First and foremost, I'm going to send this one all the way across the pond. Hosted the watch along with me. Talked through commercials with me during Saturday night's main event on Saturday. In some circles, he's known as Mickey's best pal. In this circle, he's known as Mr. in the Bank. Jordy, happy Tuesday. What's going on?
Hello, my friend. I'm good. Like you said, we did a watch along on the Saturday night's main event, and we were put to the test because there was a lot of time to fill for commercials. But shout out everyone that was there with us, because listen, we still had a good time. And I think Shad put out a tweet and said that if I wasn't on that watch along, it would have been a little bit of a worse time. So yeah, shout out everyone that was there. And yeah, shout out to Monday Night Raw last night. Like I said, it wasn't Memorial Day over in the UK, but we did have a bank holiday. So we did have Monday off. My days were all over the shop, man. I forgot Raw was on. I thought Monday was Sunday. I thought Sunday was Saturday. But I watched it this morning, which was a nice surprise. So yeah, I'm all caught up and I'm ready to go.
I love it. We're glad to have you back as always, Jordy, and I echo Shad's sentiments. You did make that fun. I will say we got a comment over here on Instagram from Messiah.nyc. Can you see the IG comments? Then he said they can't see your comments, gang. False. We're in the middle of intros, buddy. We can very much see your comments. That's just wrong. I've got another one above it I'll read from Zach Dillahunt, which said, absolutely amazing weekend for wrestling fans. I echo that sentiment. You know what? While we're up, let's read some more comments. We got some good ones here. Roundhead with good evening. Hello from friend of the show, number one, Superfly. We've got Just Apart with good afternoon, my peeps. What's going on, Just Apart? TCX Warlord, Mike Santana tonight. Angie Diva, yo, what up? What up? We got Josh Markowitz. We got a debut today on the broadcast, don't we? Yes, sir, we do.
Dirt sheets.
And then we got the Rascals versus Hank and Tank should happen. Okay, that's fair. We'll get to that later. But before we do have a debut today. Not really a debut. He's been on the shows, but we can make it official. Ant University is a part of Wrestling Republic. He's in the Republic. Ant U, welcome back. What's going on, my friend?
What's going on, everybody, man? Welcome. I am glad to be a part of this. It was a great weekend, like you said, Clark, man. I thought I was going to have some wrestling fatigue on Monday, but I thought a pretty decent show was had, and I can't wait to talk about it with you guys. So let's get right into this.
Okay, by the way, to your point, I thought I was going to have some wrestling fatigue myself, too. We've got all of that. I love this, too. We've already got in the comments out of the gates, Ant U, and then let's go Ant U, Ant Wrestling Republic. Let's go Ant U. Ant U, yes, no doubt. I thought I was gonna have wrestling fatigue too, but I learned something yesterday. Memorial Day, like the Monday itself, I didn't have a bunch to do, ironically, right? Because I was at a wedding on Sunday, so I wasn't able to really do some of the review shows. And I was thinking, like, I'm gonna grill out, do sort of a pool day. It's a holiday, Memorial Day, and I'm like, let's call some friends, see who's available. Everybody, when you turn 33, is like, I got work tomorrow, man. I'm just staying in today. Like, I ended up having a solo Memorial weekend party on Monday yesterday, basically. Grilled up half the food in my fridge. It was remarkable, but talk about a low turnout. Really, that one threw me for a loop. You know what I mean? So it made it easier to watch Raw because by that time I was full of food and a day in the sun and it was ready to go. Let's break it down though. Let's get right into it. Let's talk about Liv Morgan. Let's talk about chicken nuggets. Roxanne Perez provides them to Dom Mysterio. Now, that was Liv's thing. Stepping on some toes here. Toes have been stepped on. Not only that, then Liv wrestles a match and it gets dicier and dicier. Finn Balor's playing a role in all of this. I think the Judgment Day is finally over, but honestly, they're kind of like the little engine that could. They just stay alive. I don't know. Maybe they just changed new people. I'm not really sure. Jordy, talk to me about Liv Morgan's difficult night last night. Obviously, your inspiration for your mustache, Dom Mysterio, and his role in all of this, as well as Finn Balor, Roxanne, and everybody involved in the Judgment Day at this stage.
I inspired him, let it be known.
No. Reverse. Sorry, I did flip that. That's my fault.
That's quite all right. I respect Dom Mysterio. We've had a turbulent time, as you can see. If you watch the intro for this show, in fact, I shaved off my mustache because I thought that he was loyal to Rhea Ripley and he wasn't. So listen, I don't know. I really don't know what he's easily led by chicken nuggets and chicken tendies, and I understand that as a man that is kind of chicken nugget and chicken tendy orientated myself. It can sometimes fog your vision, and I'm worried for Dominic Mysterio right now. Finn, we must remember. Finn played a part last time. It's not like Finn was innocent in all them shenanigans that transpired around SummerSlam last year. Like, Finn was playing games, right? There was the whole hotel key situation. So it's in Finn's MO. It's on his CV. It's on his resume at this point. He's a bit of a meddler, and it tends to work, and he doesn't get found out. Could this be different? Could this actually be a little bit different? Could he get found out? Could Roxanne end up siding with Raquel, Liv, and the Judgment Day, and it's Finn that gets turfed out? I wouldn't mind seeing, even separate from the Judgment Day, I wouldn't mind seeing Liv, Raquel, and Roxanne all in a faction together. Have like Raquel and Roxanne kind of dominate the tag division and let Liv stay in that main event scene. I'm not against that. So there's a few angles that it could go, yeah, but it was a bad night for Liv, it has to be said. Obviously, you see a man eating chicken nuggets, getting a shoulder massage, followed by who's supposed to be your veteran best friend. I mean, veteran's a bit pushing it a bit with Raquel, and I'm a big fan of Raquel, but she's not been around that long. I don't know if veteran's fair, but compared to Roxanne, she is. And yeah, she should have done better. Liv was right, but as a Rhea guy, it's kind of, you made your bed, you're lying in it. I'm not sure I feel bad yet.
I can't lie to you here, Jordy. My first instinct when I saw everything last night was, if next week Liv Morgan doesn't retaliate by one-upping chicken nuggies with chicken tendies, I don't know what the writing team is doing. That's the only logical solution here. If we're talking boneless chicken, right? Nuggets are great. Boneless wings are basically just nuggets with sauce.
Tenders premium.
Tenders have their own category. They're their own entity. And I think that being originally basically any boneless fried chicken, I think is sort of it's a part of Dom's gimmick at this stage.
Yeah, I think you range.
We can all agree on that. Yeah,
popcorn chicken right up to tendies. I think
popcorn chicken, from popcorn to tendies. He's covering all his bases.
All covered. Even fried chicken sandwiches, everything in that boneless fried chicken remit. Dom's got it covered.
In that whole region, he's an expert on the subject, I would say. At this stage of his career, I'm with you, though. The stories are fun. And you, though, what were your thoughts on last night? And do you like my tenders and nuggets idea?
I mean, I do love your tenders and nuggets ideas, and there are restaurants designated just to chicken tenders for a reason. It's full circle with this, man, and I love it. I think this is going to be the end of the Judgment Day. Finn, it's gonna collapse it from within with this, and just watching Finn just enjoy everything that's happening is just refreshing to what's been going on with him. But with the match between Kyrie and Liv last night, the interference with Roxanne trying to help was good. And, I'm happy Kyrie got the win, but it was a little sloppy there. Other than that, though, man, it was fun. It was just fun to watch everything that Liv did to Rhea come back to her. So I'm going to enjoy this ride on the demise of the Judgment Day.
Yeah, I've been sick of the Judgment Day for a very long time. Jordy, you know that as well as anybody. Like, I mean,
You were sick of it when they started, bro.
yeah, I didn't like it. I didn't like any of it. I've never really liked it. I can't lie. It's not been my cup of tea. Finn is the key here to me. I don't really understand. We had Ryan Matthew Lamb on last week. Finn isn't even like dressed up as Finn half the time now. And like just having Finn Balor have some success lately is arguably the best thing they've done in months. I don't think the Judgment Day made Rhea Ripley. I think Rhea Ripley was made before that. Right? I don't think it maybe Dom, but I think Dom with his charisma didn't necessarily need. I don't know who's needed the Judgment Day.
They all contributed to each other and stuff. I don't know if it's the people, not the Judgment Day, right? It's it's the individuals, not the faction itself and what they stand for or anything like that. I don't think it's not like the bloodline where it's like family that elevates you. You know what I mean? It's like this is like these individuals. I think would have prospered eventually.
Yeah, I don't know that they needed to be such like a group, because the other thing is there's not a logical 5-on-5 faction. They've always been like 4 or 5 people. There's not a logical rivalry. They're not setting up for blood and guts.
Well, they had the Wyatts, didn't they? They had the Wyatts
as a choice.
They had it penciled in for Mania, and then it's nope.
Yeah.
And then it just never happened. Ollie Bros over on Instagram is saying Damian Priest was elevated. I don't know that he necessarily wouldn't have been otherwise, though. Like it's interesting. Everybody that's left the Judgment Day seems to be doing better after him and Ripley. I guess you could, unless you're going to say Copeland, Edge. This is an odd conversation for me with the Judgment Day, because I had the same issue with Damage Control. It's almost like you filled it with too many stars, and you thought that the rub would be worth it, but I don't know that it benefited people that weren't already stars. In a way, it's tough. We've got more Aunt You love here. We got Aunt You woo. Let's go from Kevin Pons. Roundhead said Priest was destined for that anyway, since he helped Edge at Mania 38. Just clear they were going to slowly push him from there. Yeah, great shout out, Roundhead. Thank you. Because truthfully, like, you forget about that moment. Priest being the one that helped Edge in his match at 38 was the start of Priest's big main roster run. And I don't think he gets enough credit, because he didn't quite have the success on NXT of somebody like Keith Lee or Adam Cole or Karrion Kross, for that matter. But when he was called up to the main roster, he's over-delivered.
When Damian Priest had his match with Bad Bunny in Puerto Rico, the way he protected Bad Bunny and the match that they had, I knew right then, I was like, he's winning the world title soon. I called it in my live stream, and like from there, he just had the rocket on him. So, but to your point, Clark, I feel like the only people that have benefited from the Judgment Day is Liv and Dominic. They're the only Liv had a nice little tag team title run before.
Arguably, Liv might actually be, besides Dominic, the most benefited by this. That's true, I think. I mean, because the rivalry with Ripley did more for Liv than it did Ripley. Ripley was already big. People were complaining about Ripley's role in their rivalry. Like, we've seen it enough.
Yeah.
Not when I say people, I mean not us people, but like the other people.
What do you mean, us?
The IWC. The IWC. I mean, we're the non-spoiler guys at WR. The IWC was complaining, whoever they are. Yes. The fictional, the mythical internet wrestling community. The
See,
invisible
the thing
hand.
is as well, I think Rhea has benefited, but from a non-kayfabe sense, because she needed knocking down a peg, because I think everyone was getting sick of her just
Yeah.
steamrolling everyone.
Yeah.
And I think Liv's rivalry did that. And now Rhea, she was vulnerable, wasn't she? Like, she was sad. Like, we're not seeing Rhea sad, but when Dom and all that stuff had happened and she lost everyone, it was like, oh, right, she's not a superwoman after all. Like, she's human. You know what
Oh,
I mean? And I
100%.
think she needed that. Really do think she needed that. And I think she's come out the other end now and she's more popular than ever.
I'm with you. I'm
Oh,
with you. I'm
definitely.
with you. Okay, really quick, just going to address this comment because DCX Warlord is such a good friend of the show. Absolutely. He asked who won the quiz tournament. Good news for you, man. With all the wrestling that we had on Sunday this weekend, we did not have the quiz finals this weekend. We made an executive decision. Next weekend, we're not going to compete against any PLEs or pay-per-views.
No counter programming.
So the Kobe versus David quiz, as originally advertised, is on Sunday. It's going to be great. We have Canada versus the UK. It's awesome. A battle of titans. The two biggest geeks we've got here at WrestleMania or Wrestling Republic by far will duke it out in the quiz finals this Sunday. So make sure you tune in for that. Yeah, I mean, we've got a bunch of comments here, which is awesome. We love you guys, but we do have to move on to the next topic. So keep them rolling in. Keep them rolling in. Happy Tuesday. Let's talk about something. I mean, Jordy, I've never even uttered this phrase. The New Day retain the tag titles. This has to be the first time they've ever defended the titles in their illustrious career. Like, when Ben said that, I was like, that's so generic. The New Day retain the yes, they did. And they're still bad guys. I'm not going to lie to you, Jordy. I'm getting a little sick of them still being bad guys. I'm not having the most fun with it.
They're the worst bad guys in the business.
Yeah, they're not bad enough.
True. And that's a fatal flaw for a bad guy, right? That's to not
like
be bad enough is a
prerequisites.
struggle. Yeah, I mean, you should get that. I don't know. I see what you're saying, but I don't also think turning them back face so soon is the answer. Because I think that'll just have a little bit of a pop, and then because when everyone hears the music again, it'll be great. But within a couple of months, they'll be back to where they were prior to the heel turn. Yeah, this match was okay. It was okay. I agree actually with Roundhead in the comments. It felt like it was just starting to heat up. This triple threat 6-man tag, it kind of felt like, like somebody, like a kid had asked for the SmackDown triple threat TLC match that we got on SmackDown the other week with DIY and the Street Profits and MCMG. And this was the triple threat tag match that we've got at home. You know what I mean? It just wasn't as good, and I think that's still so fresh in my mind that I was just like, oh, this would be better if it had tables, ladders, and chairs in it. And I was just
anything.
Yeah, I just think it would have been better. Listen, I think it wasn't a bad display in terms of wrestling. I'm not that invested in anything New Day right now. I need them to. I was invested when they turned on Big E for like a few weeks, but I'm just not that bothered now. Like, they won the titles at Mania. Did they win the titles at Mania? And
Yeah,
they felt a bit flat.
They ran away with them.
Yeah,
they ran up the ramp. They physically ran.
Yeah, so I'm just just a little bit like, I want to be more invested. I looking at the tag division, I don't know how they do that, because the Creeds have to stay bad guys.
Yeah,
they're a formidable tag team, a good tag team that I could get invested in, wanting them to be the New Day. But right now they're with Gable, so they're gonna stay bad guys. And the War Raiders, again, good guys, like them, but they just won it off them. I don't like. I'm all for a bit of hot potato with the title, but not ping pong, not to and fro the same people.
No ping pongs. I am with you. Let's avoid table tennis when it comes to the tag team titles. I'm 100% with you, Jordy. Yeah, please no more of that. And to your point, like the Creed brothers, who in their right mind would want to root for them? Like, Julius went to Duke. mean,
So
unless
what
you
that
went
means
to
in
Duke.
the UK, but
Duke is just horrible. Ask Aunt U. He knows. Duke, I mean, like nobody likes anyone from Duke unless you went there.
I mean, from Christian Leitner all the way to now, Duke is
JJ
terrible.
Redick, Greg Paulus,
Oh,
Grayson Allen,
all
Kyle
of them.
Singler,
yeah,
John Shire,
yeah. Screw these guys.
Jay Billis.
Right?
Horrifying.
Even worse.
Shane Battier.
Oh yeah, terrible.
Just
a
awful
terrible team.
human beings.
Right. North Carolina was the bad boys, and it was always
Way
North
more
Carolina versus
fun.
Duke. But
Yeah.
back to wrestling.
Yes.
The New Day needs a third member. The New Day needs a big powerhouse guy. I don't know if you bring like Odyssey Jones was perfect for them. Bringing them back would have been
Bringing him more Duke names in the
great.
comments.
I love it. They're just throwing them out.
It tickled me.
But if like the New Day needs a big bruiser, they need a big man. That's what they need. And like their first heel run, Big E being just the annihilator of the group is what made it work. Kofi and Xavier were able to do their shticks, and it was okay. But you had Big E, who was going to just take stuff out. Fantasy booking, because I don't see a future of what you're going to have with them. Put Rusev with the New Day. Have Rusev come in and be like, you're going to stop all this silliness and we're going to hurt people. Like, I think it would be great.
Okay. I'm on board with that.
I dig it. And DCX Warlord said, how about Omos?
How about Over?
Yeah. I don't hate that at all. I do love this. This is tickling me even further. Roundhead goes, as a Brit, I feel proud that I know that about an American college. And then shot added Casper Troy, which is wild. Just Apart is in agreement on Omos. That's a good call. I think for sure, I will say, we got to go into an ad read here really quick, my friends. Let's talk about Wrestling Republic's undercard. Subscribe to our second channel, Wrestling Republic Undercard, exclusive videos, clips, and more. You got sold separately, all kinds of good stuff. Check it out. It's awesome. You'll love it. If you like our content here, you're going to like it there too. It's bonus stuff, and it's very fun. Here's one that's equally as important, if not maybe more. Download the Etsy app on the App Store or the Google Play Store. Head to the upcoming stream section. You can see me and you, all kinds of creators over there. This is a very, very cool thing. Brand new. If you want to argue with us about pro wrestling, you can do that as long as you have a cell phone. It's got to have
How much does it cost? How much does it cost, Clark?
It's absolutely free to download. You are welcome to tip us if you'd like, but it is absolutely free. Let's keep it rolling on today's show. I'm so sorry. I do have to add, I've been wanting to say it since we were talking about Duke basketball. Chris Duhon is who I want to add to the list. But either way, never liked him either. I'm just saying.
Someone said it earlier, but Grant Hill is the enemy of Duke basketball.
Oh, I just forgot Mike Dunleavy. That's brutal. Dunleavy's terrible. Wojciechowski, Bobby Hurley. Oh, just the list goes on. Jordy, trust me. I know you don't know, but dude, it's just brutal.
I trust you guys.
Okay. I like this because this is a really interesting topic to me. So Becky and Lyra is set for Money in the Bank.
Yes.
I thought Lyra's victory over Becky Lynch was her career. I don't want to say defining, but it was like a career. It was a huge boost and a huge moment for her. The work that they did in the promos, picking up the victory, all of that. Now we got the rubber match, basically, right? The rematch.
Mm-hmm.
It's the rubber match if you include the NXT deal. Correct?
Mm-hmm.
But that puts Lyra at 2-0.
Yeah, Lyra's won too.
Exactly. So it's not even the rubber match. But the problem is that's what makes me most afraid. Yeah, actually, I forgot Lyra didn't even win on Lyra. Or I'm sorry, Becky didn't even win on NXT. Lyra's won both. The thing that makes me afraid is we did all this for Becky's moment. right? Now she wins, Grand Slam champ, first ever, blah, 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 right? She starts just padding stats, basically. You know what I mean? It was like just stat padding. I don't know. I'm excited for the match. If Lyra sweeps Becky, though, 3-0, now we're sort of talking. I don't know. And you break this one down for me.
Okay, so if you did not see this promo, you missed probably one of the most heartfelt, great promos between two women that we've seen in a long time. I like what WWE is doing with the women's division. It looks like there's a passing of the guard coming, right? With Julia and Roxanne coming in and taking out people, and now Lyra with Becky. And like, just the points that they hit in that promo about Becky saying, I went home after the loss with my hot husband, and you went to the hospital with your weird boyfriend. Like, the shots that they're taking at each other are great, and if you don't pay attention, you're missing all this. But unfortunately, like everyone says, I truly believe Becky is winning. Lyra's going to have to raise her hand. And I don't understand that stipulation, right? Like, Becky's like, if I lose, I'll never challenge you for this title again. But when I win, you have to raise my hand and say that I'm better. Well, it's 2-1. You're down 2-1. How I don't know. But all in all, like this Becky and Lyra, I can see Becky's just grooming Lyra to be the new Becky when Becky leaves. And the work that they're doing is great. So I can't wait to get your guys.
It's been really good, to your point. That's the thing that's frustrating is I would almost wish that there was a gap. There was like another challenger for Lyra, and there was maybe some involvement with Becky, and then we lead to that later. It almost feels too soon. That, like, we didn't get to sit in the accomplishment that Lyra had in beating Becky on the main roster in the big. She beat big time Bex. It's not big time Bex anymore. We're talking about the man at this stage. Basically, I don't know, somewhere between the two, right? She maybe needs a new nickname. I don't know. But at the same time, for me, that's where I struggle with this one is I think Valkyria is a star. I truly do. For all of this work that we've put in the springtime to lead to a summer Becky Lynch mid-card title run, which is amazing. I just think it takes the wind out of what Lyra actually accomplished early this year. And I don't think that's right.
I think what Becky's trying to give Lyra is the edge. Like,
yeah,
if you've noticed, Lyra's trying to be a little bit more edgy, and not just the super sweet, I'm happy to be here, girl. But yeah, as someone said in the comments, I could definitely see Bailey coming out.
Bailey would be interesting. Where was this? Yeah, I missed that comment.
Fernando Zayas.
Yeah, yes, friend of the show. Exactly. I like this one. Bailey will interfere and cost Becky the match. Lyra's going 3-0 on Becky. I dig it. What do you think, Jordy? Real quick.
No, yeah, that could definitely happen. I was pretty sure Becky was going to win until I saw that comment, and now I'm kind of, if I had to pick, I would probably still go with Becky. I think you're right. I think they're going to head for. I mean, she ain't going to be Grand Slam yet, though, right? She needs to go pick up the US Championship as well.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I think that's what we're working towards. So I think she probably will pick up it's the stipulation. I can't see her never challenging for that again. It's just, yeah, I think she's going to win, and I think we will get the moment, like you said, with the raising of the hand, which I agree. Now you've pointed that out, that is weird because she's 2-1 down. So I don't know. I'm sure it'll be a good match, though.
Yeah, I agree. Okay, I'm so sorry. It's just been a theme of the show. I'm going to go back to the Duke stuff for a minute. This is in reference to Chris Duhon. Fernando Zayas mentioned that he was awesome for the Chicago Bulls. He was. Fair. Shad Huda goes with Corey Maggette. So I'm going to lead with a crew of Dukies here for you, Shad.
Wow.
I'm going to give you Trajan Langdon, Carlos Boozer, and Elton Brand. All right, let's keep it rolling on today's show, though. The show inside of the show, showception. Seth Rollins, oh, they got to stop with the song, man. People want to sing it.
Yes.
People want to sing it. They shouldn't be singing it. You got to stop singing it. But it's too catchy. All you have to know is the letter O.
It's fun to sing.
All you have to know is the letter O. He's going to qualify for the Money in the Bank match. That's big. It's big. I mean, let's be honest with ourselves. Finn, Sammy, and Seth. Finn and Sammy both made sense in this match to me. And Finn had a great night outside of not so much. Steel chair, blackout, ball game. Then the classic spot. Cult of Personality hits. And we send the big dogs up the ramp. And if you didn't know that CM Punk would appear behind Seth Rollins, I don't know how to help you, because it was very clear that that's what was going to happen. And the dogs tried to chase once he got that go to sleep in, and Seth does take a nap, but to no avail. I will say one big important note I have from last night's event and all of it. I got to give CM Punk credit for just like taping up as if he was going to wrestle a whole match and then putting on an outfit like he was going to go to Gibson's and get a steak. Like,
he walks around with that tape on, bro.
He wasn't sure what he was going to do. He's like, I might wrestle. I'm not going to wrestle. Jeans and a t-shirt, but I'm doing the tape. Like, I respect. That's the extra work. Talk to me. You dropped something. Talk to me about this one. Talk to me about this one.
Okay. So, man, like, I don't know where this is going. I'm gonna enjoy this though. Seth Rollins, Braun Breaker, and Bronson Reed on paper just seem like the most formidable team that's ever been put together. But you've got Sammy, you've got Jay, and you've got CM Punk, who are just poking the bear with the stick every chance they get. So I think sooner than later, Seth is going to have the WWE championship from Jay, and Paul Heyman's going to be sitting at the top of the food chain one more time. Yeah, man, this is going to be great. It's going to be really good. As Paul says, man, Braun Breaker is going to headline WrestleMania after WrestleMania after WrestleMania. And if this is the bump he needs to get there, then I'm here for it.
Yeah, I mean, here's the thing for me. I love this group. I love Seth. I think it's going to elevate both Bronson and Breaker. We talked about the state of the tag division earlier. It's a bunch of heels at the top. You got the War Raiders and stuff too, but man, would it make sense to put the titles on Braun and Bronson? And I do love this name, the Tsunami Dogs.
Right.
Let's talk about it, right? Like, that's fun. I would love that, to carry the tag titles and be the enforcers for Seth. Just to show like a little, okay, this is who we are. And we are a united front. And maybe have Paul sort of call the shots during the tag match, if that makes sense from the outside. Almost like he's coaching them.
Yeah.
I think that would just add a layer to the storyline that would make things more fun.
This is
Seth's like, you're not giving me pointers during matches. I'm the architect. Like, you got to let me know the plans, right? Because maybe whatever, they wrestle a tough match to win the titles and then they're unavailable to help him down the road. There's a lot of stuff you could do with that, especially with two absolute just like soldiers like you have when it comes to Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker, like just two behemoths. You know what I mean? Freak athletes in every way. I think that would make a lot of sense. Last night was fine. I don't know about Seth Rollins winning another Money in the Bank, though.
I wanted to go to LA Knight.
That throws me off. I know you've been calling LA Knight the whole time. Talk to me about the match last night, and then
I've been
who we
calling
got in the
LA
men's
Knight
Money in
since
the Bank.
London, bro. I've been calling LA Knight since London, and we got so close, and then he was in it again last year. But I think it's interesting that we talking about Seth and his song, because I think Paul Heyman showed once again his intelligence for this business last night when he came out and he teased Roman, knowing fine well Roman ain't going to show up, because if you do that, people are going to boo. And they did. They booed. They were finally booing Seth. It was great. And then he started singing his song again. And even he, I think, was taken back at that point, was like, I don't even know what to say to you lot at this point. Like, you were booing me, you were singing my song, and now you're booing me, and then you're singing my song again. So, like, I think it's hard. It is hard not to like this faction because of how dominant, and just it's hard not to back them, because perhaps it's because of the lack of kayfabe now, or and that kind of fourth wall's broken a bit more, because we don't look at them as bad guys, particularly Bron Breakker. We look at the potential of a future star, whether he's playing a good guy or a bad guy. Now we don't care. And like Aunt you said, if this is what's going to give him that bump to the top, then I think we all support that. And I think that's why it's hard to boo. It's also because of the run that Paul was on when we booed him for so long in the bloodline. And then we got to cheer Paul Heyman again for a little bit, that we've got to boo him again. And I just think there's a lot of things in play. And the same with Bronson Reed. Like, Bronson Reed went from, like, kind of people not caring. I wouldn't say that people cared, but then he did all them tsunamis on Seth, right? Of all people. Yeah. And then we started caring. We started cheering Bronson, and it was like, look at this guy. He can literally, like, he can tsunami you into hospital. Like, and now we're supposed to boo him again. And it's like, I'm just a bit confused. I thought I just got used to cheering these guys.
I just got used to liking him.
Yes. So I think Paul Heyman's got that. I think Bronson's got that. I think Bron's got that. Because Bron Breakker coming out at Mania and cutting the Steiner Math promo made us all fall in love with him even more. So, and then now we're supposed to boo him. And it's just a bit like, I don't know about this. I don't know about this.
I'm with you. It's like the bad guys need to be badder. They need to be meaner.
Yeah. They need to do what The Rock did. Like, they need to beat someone with a belt and then throw them. No, and I don't mean Dwayne, what he did. Like,
right. You met The Rock.
He's
two different people.
To ruin wrestling in real life. But what The Rock did with the belt, and you know what I mean, and making him bleed, like, and it was like, all right, okay, I'm not going to cheer that. And in fairness, John Cena siding with a YouTuber, biggest Cena guy, you know, I'm not defending that. I'm not defending that. That's where I draw the line. John's on his own from now on until he stops playing with Logan Paul.
I mean, the way that I look at this too with the Seth thing, they had something with the Monday Night Messiah character with AOP and Theory. I thought they kind of did. Now, this one, they have even more. It's star-studded between Bronson and Braun, right? And you can spell the beginning of their names with the same letters, which is kind of interesting. I don't know. I picked that up. I think, to your point, they have to make us hate them more. Like, Paul makes them even likable by being a worm, and like, it's too cool. And not too cool like the group, but like it's too fun. Exactly. It's too fun. And that's where I think we're in trouble. The other factor is CM Punk hit him with that. Everyone loves to go to sleep, and oh my gosh, we're all so excited. But doesn't that just make Heyman, as the one calling the shots, look stupid for sending Braun and Bronson up the ramp?
He should know better than that.
Like, this guy's supposed to be the Bill Belichick of coaches, who was easy to hate in the NFL. Like, say what you will, now he's in the news for different reasons, but when he was the coach of the Patriots, he was easy to hate.
That spot's not for us.
Yeah.
That spot for them sending them up the ramp for the little kids in the audience.
It is.
The little kids looking up at the ramp, waiting for him to come down, and then getting he's right there.
He's on the ring. That's so true. Actually, that is a great show.
Always someone's first show, isn't it?
Yeah, that's who that spot's for. The part that everyone overlooked, right? Now, I don't know if you guys have noticed it, but Braun Breaker always seems like he's a little apprehensive about everything that's going on. So when they were all standing in the ring, you had Seth in his white Versace glasses.
Yep.
You had Bronson Reed in his black Gucci glasses. And then you had Braun Breaker in his $2 Walmart glasses.
Yeah, oh yeah. He did not go shopping on Fifth Avenue. He went to Canal Street.
But I think a great name for this team is the Brains and the Bronze.
Oh,
That's
You
fun.
got Seth and Paul. That's the Brains. And then
the Bronze.
And the two Bronze.
The Brains and the Bronze is
I just came up with that
golden.
myself right then.
I like that. Triple H, if you steal our ideas again, because there's been a bunch.
I'm
listening.
sticking with the vision.
Stop using burner accounts. Just comment on the show so everyone knows that you do listen.
Is it
Paul?
DCX Warlord? Are you?
Warlord.
Which one of you is it?
It's DCX
We know
Warlord.
one of it. We know one of them is you, Paul.
Hi, Paul.
It's a great idea. Angie's in agreement too. That is cool. I'm 100% with it. I will say, though, I think that's going to bring us to the end of the show. Before we do, though, I will add RJ Barrett, Zion Williamson, Brandon Ingram, and Paulo Banchero to the list of Duke basketball players. Tatum, I do think we had Tatum in the comments earlier. That's a tough one.
And
we're running out of players. I think we covered. Is he?
Who is now a current player on the team is what's his name?
Which one?
Yeah, never mind.
Is it Caleb Foster? I don't know.
No, oh man, see, I just had his name.
By the way, DCX Warlord wants to make it clear it is not. He's not Triple H. Good.
Well, that's exactly what
that would have thrown me for a huge loop. I'm like, you're so nice to us, and then
that's
you give
definitely
us
what Triple H would
no
say.
credit booking if you were Triple H.
Malik Brown. Malik Brown is from my hometown. From my hometown.
Good player. Shouldn't have gone to Duke, but really good player. No doubt about it.
He was at Syracuse and left.
That damn portal. Even my mom's laughing at, by the way, the Duke stuff. Okay. Seriously, though, that is going to bring us to the end of the show. Thank you, everybody that's tuned in. We appreciate you so much. If you haven't liked and subscribed, please do. Have an excellent rest of your day. Check out Off the Air tonight, immediately following NXT, as always. On behalf of me, Jordy, in the bank, and you and everybody at Wrestling Republic, have a great rest of your Tuesday. We'll be back tomorrow for the daily, same time, same place, noon Pacific, 3 o'clock in the East. That's 8 o'clock over in the UK, and of course 9 a.m. for my friends in Hawaii. We'll talk to you soon.